Now that the purlin beams are set and secured, it's time to install the ceiling boards. For our cabins, you will notice that our ceiling boards are milled with a tongue and groove edge V pattern. The edge V is placed on toward the inside of the cabin, as shown in this picture. Starting at the front of the cabin, align your first ceiling board with the front of the purlin beams. We have chosen to install the front fascia board at this point. This could be installed later. The choice is yours. Notice the fascia board is raised above the roof, the height of our insulation package, and we have added a small piece of 2x4 behind the fascia board to keep the fascia board at the correct height and to make installation easier. With the first few boards and fascia trim securely in place, we are ready to install the rest of the boards. Several notes. It is not necessary to align the bottom of the board precisely, as they will be cut off to provide a nice straight edge at the end. Second, it is important to make sure the boards are tight to one another. We have done this with a common strap used to secure cargo on trucks, but a pipe clamp or other method could be employed as well. Third, for an easier time installing the boards, follow this nailing pattern, which allows more give in the boards until the next board is in place. As you are installing the ceiling boards, it is important that you run the required electric wires for your lights and other fixtures as shown here. Just be careful not to nail through any of the wires as you are fastening the boards. As you are fastening the boards, use the expandable foam tape or caulk to make a tight seal between each of the peaks and the ceiling boards. Continue to fasten the boards in place until you come to the back of the purlin beams. At this point, if the last board does not line up with the back of the purlin beam, it will be necessary to rip the board with a saw for an exact fit. When all the ceiling boards are installed, it's time to install the back fascia board. Now strike a chalk line between the bottom edge of the front and back fascia boards to give you a line for cutting the bottom of the ceiling boards. As stated earlier, these will give you a nice straight roof line, making for a much nicer job. Now cut the boards with a circular saw. At the conclusion of this last step, you are ready to move on to the next stage.